Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. And let's start the video. Good evening, everybody. This is meteorologist Invader with your Invader's weather news forecast for May 18th, 2020. Welcome back to Invader's weather news coverage. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and enjoy our content. And be sure to hit that bell button and like and subscribe for more weather videos like this. Right now, in news coverage. Right now, we are tracking a disturbance off the Atlantic, and we are also tracking Tropical Storm Arthur, which is a tropical disturbance, and a cyclone in the 2020 in the Indian Ocean. We will talk more about that very soon. And we are tracking severe weather and the coronavirus cases too. What to expect and what you need to know across the nation. Welcome back to Invaders Weather News for this weekday, where we track the news and weather. It's May 18th, 2020. Welcome back. I am meteorologist Invader with your local forecast, nation forecast, and your nationwide news. To begin with your nationwide news, let's talk about the coronavirus. Right now, worldwide cases stand at 4,758,937 confirmed cases and over 277 deaths so far. Right now, the U.S. is still leading the highest confirmed cases, now reaching 1,525,646 confirmed cases. Right now, the U.S. is now reaching its 90,000 cases. Right now, they have over 90,000 cases, 90,263 deaths so far. Right now, they have surpasses 90,000 cases. 90,000 deaths. We have so far 90,263 deaths so far in the United States. They will reach 100,000 deaths so far soon, very soon. But that will be a new milestone across the U.S. as we track the coronavirus and the projections to expect during the summer and probably fall. Right now, the New York Times says Moderna coronavirus vaccine trial shows promising early results. Right now, the New York Times says other cases WHO at Global Health meeting. Right now, the Wall Street Journal says coronavirus hits Southern California harder than northern counties. Right now, May expands across two tests as states reports 26 new coronavirus cases and one additional death. Right now from NBCNews.com, coronavirus live updates. U.S. death toll tops 90,000 as number of cases reaches 1.5 million. Right now, new worldwide cases in the United States. We've seen over 93,324 new deaths confirmed today. Right now, we're tracking worldwide as we see more new confirmed cases for today. As you can see, it's May 11th. We're seeing a triple in cases yesterday and today. We're seeing the curve is not flattening. No sign of that. Right now, we still have 4 million cases worldwide over time. Right now, the United States is seeing its peak in its cases right now as we watch closely across the nation, followed by the U.S., Russia, UK, Brazil, Spain, Italy, Germany, Turkey, France, and all these other countries will pass China's cases, but Canada will pass China's cases very soon. But we are seeing a big trend of coronavirus cases worldwide. In the United States, ramping up their testing. Right now, when will the curve flatten? Right now, we will investigate what to expect across nationwide in the United States. As we see the coronavirus grow intensify, we think this coronavirus is no joke. When we investigate what's going to happen, the, the, the information is shocking. Right now, across the United States, New York State is still leading the highest confirmed cases. Right now, we're going to see a high trend in confirmed cases, but is the curve flattening in the states? Let's talk more about that right now in New York State. Right now, New York State is leading the highest confirmed cases. And what is their confirmed cases? Well, New York State is still leading the highest confirmed cases right now with over 350, 121 confirmed cases and over 22,619 deaths so far, followed by New Jersey, Illinois, Massachusetts, California, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Texas, Florida. We got Maryland, Georgia, Connecticut, Louisiana, Virginia, and all these other states with their confirmed cases and deaths too. I'm just gonna scroll down. You can pause the video, see your state, but we have to move on, so we can't spend all day on the same topic. So we have to move on to the weather updates. But you can see I don't want to make this video too long because people complain it's too long. But I just want to make this video as short as possible. But here's each state's confirmed cases and their deaths total so far. But let's talk about New York's state's confirmed cases real quick. Their curve. It looks like their new cases over the last 6 days. Right now, their curve looks like it's going down in a downtrend. You can see the new cases from New York. They had the new cases in the last 6 days. We're seeing a downtrend in those cases, but United States is still leading the highest confirmed cases. But we're still watching for the strongest of the coronavirus right now, but the curve is flattening. Looks like we're just not seeing a lot of cases, but if everyone stays home, we could see probably we will see a good chance of a new sign of light, which is the curve will flatten, and we could go back to the normal. But this is a new normal for everyone, as everyone tries to remain calm as we stay home and all that stuff. But states relax more rules, but some could return to stay-at-home orders if coronavirus cases surge again. So we could look for a second wave. We'll be watching closely on those cases. But Trump says he is taking hydrochlorine to protect against coronavirus, dismisses safety concerns. But we're just watching. But U.S. coronavirus cases near 1.5 million as states ease restrictions. Right now, new cases over time in the United States. Right now, yesterday we seen over new cases over 19,731 new cases yesterday in the United States. Right now, the curve is flattening. No sign the curve is flattening. The curve is still going up. Right now, still at 1 million right there. You can see this was yesterday's information. But let's look at the tests conducted. Probably yesterday we did more tests than any other days we did, but we did over 24 tests so far yesterday. So we did a lot of tests yesterday. You can see on the graphic chart. This was yesterday's testing worldwide. Cases over time in the United States. So we did a lot of testing, and we're ramping up testing, as you can probably see on the charts. So yes, we're doing a lot of testing in the United States coronavirus testing. So we will be watching. If there's any new changes, we will let you know. So what you need to know during the summer and the fall. Let's talk about the tropical disturbance right now in the Atlantic. Right now, Tropical Storm Arthur has been named, and I will share updates during the weekend. You can see this is the first named storm this season. Recently passed over the North Carolina coast. Tropical Storm Arthur. Maximum sustained winds over 49 knots and 50 miles. This is the highest peak of the system. This is advisory number 9 from the National Hurricane Center. Minimum central pressure is at 993 millibars and located at 36.1 north, 73.9 west. It's moving northeast at 16 miles per hour or 14 knots. Let's talk more about this storm real quick. It's on its graphic, and there's key messages. Right now, a tropical storm warning is in effect for portions of the North Carolina coast. Tropical storm force winds and heavy rain are expected there today. Right now, number 2 information you need to remember: dangerous coastal surf conditions and rip currents are expected to spread northward along the southeast U.S. coast to the mid-Atlantic states during the next couple of days. See products from your local National Weather Service office for more details. For more information, go to hurricane.gov. Right now, winds be probably loose. Let's talk more about that real quick as we're talking Tropical Storm Arthur. And yes, Tropical Storm Arthur looks like staying off the coast, but it's always happened. We remember Hurricane Arthur back in 2014. It looks like it likes going to North Carolina and always stay up the coast. Remember in July, you can see Hurricane Arthur made landfall, but it's a different Arthur. But it always likes staying with the coastline. It's like always loving North Carolina, bringing the wind. So that's really funny. We can realize this is the same path, but it's different. But Arthur likes to stay near North Carolina and probably bring coastal impact. So that's really interesting to see. But this is the potential wind probability. We're not going to see a lot of winds where as it moves away from North Carolina, and the arrival time for winds. So if you're near around these areas, you need to be careful as this storm is away from North Carolina. You can see expecting winds to hit. But this system is going to move northeastward. Excuse me, move northeastward right here. As it moves towards the northeastward, it might just dissipate as a depression, extra subtropical depression, and might impact Bermuda. We're watching those really closely. So people who live in Bermuda, if you know anyone who lives in Bermuda, just let them know a tropical system might hit them. Expect winds, but we can't be sure. But we will be watching very closely if this will actually impact Bermuda. But be on the lookout for those heaviest winds. But we see tropical storm force winds over the coastal of North Carolina. They have been felt across the coast of North Carolina. As you can see on this graphic, we've been seeing the coastal impacts of North Carolina. You can see the tropical storm force winds has been felt in those areas. There's a new advisory from the National Hurricane Center, 5 p.m. advisory number 9, as it pushes away from North Carolina. But now the new impact is now directly heading towards Bermuda. So Bermuda better be on the lookout for the system as we're watching closely. Here's the full forecast from the National Hurricane Center, expecting the system to move here by Tuesday, Wednesday through Thursday. So a couple of next few days might hit Bermuda, probably directly towards Bermuda with the strong winds and system as it becomes extra post potential tropical cyclone. This is from the National Hurricane Center. New advisory came in for the National Hurricane Center right now as we're watching closely. Right now, the tropical storm warnings have expired for those areas as the system moves towards probably northeastward, as it then will dissipate later on. Here's the Spanish version. If you talk Spanish, or if you're watching this, here's the Spanish version. This is key messages Spanish version. You can understand what it says. It's the same as key messages. And U.S. rainfall, we're expecting a lot of heavy rain off the coast and parts of North Carolina up there, but no impacts for parts of the North Carolina coast there. But just we're probably expecting 1 to 2 inches of rain is expected with this system. Probably 1 to 2 inches of rain, but nothing too severe as all this rain remains off the North Carolina coast. And flash flooding potential is marginal risk. Nothing too severe with that. You can see a marginal 5% risk of flooding along this coast, but nothing too severe as we're watching this closely. And let's talk about where we'll head and where we'll go. Right here, this is the system right here off the coast of the Mid-Atlantic and the Atlantic Ocean. You can see this system off the coast of the eastern seaboard. We're not expecting a lot of activity, and we got some storms over here and some rain storms over there and storms here in the south area. And let's talk more about this tropical system real quick as we're watching it. As you can see, this is the low pressure system right here. Right here, as it pushes towards westward, this will be actually potential tropical system. Then pushes away, then dissipates. So it's gonna make a sharp U-turn, like a U-turn. It's gonna be pushing to Bermuda, then actually dissipate later on. So we're just watching. And here's the May long range outlook estimate. Everyone has been waiting for that full forecast coming out next week. Your main long range outlook for May through June. Let's see. This is the long range outlook right here. This is June's long range outlook. You can see it's not full yet, but this is your long range outlook for June. There you can see for May through June, you can see expecting rain, parts of some little bit of snow system, but all of that. But we're watching closely on Tropical Oscar and the aircraft recons. This is all the missions we're seeing right here. This is the mission number 5 into Arthur. This has been finished. The the hurricane hunters have been going into the system and looking what we expect. But yeah, they have finished this mission. But this is the aircraft recon from the mission right here. You can see into Arthur, and right here you can see what we're seeing into Arthur and all that stuff. Well, that's what we've been seeing when we were looking to Arthur, Tropical Storm Arthur. There you can see as it pushed away. But right here, the system right now pushing away from North Carolina. Not a lot going on with that, but you can see the system is pushing northeastward and might make a U-turn path back its direction. But when it comes to the winds, sea surface temperatures, and wind shear, let's talk more about that. And we will talk about the Storm Center's outlooks. then we'll end our video for today. So we want to end this quick and not make this long enough. So let's go back to forecast models to show you what to expect across the tropics. Quite tropics, but this is our first hurricane season, being our first system named for the Atlantic hurricane season. Right here, author has been named. We already know that since Saturday and Sunday. But as this pushes northeastward, it will dissipate right here. This system right here, and will later dissipate. And yeah, we can see this is where the new models are showing. As you can probably know, how much rain we're expecting is our main concern right now. But you can see we're expecting probably 1 to 2 inches over the North Carolina coast as this moves as it pushes probably northeastward. It will just later dissipate. Bring some rain for Bermuda, probably expecting 1 to 2 inches there as well. As this later dissipates and loses strength a bit, as you see how much rain we're expecting with Tropical Storm Arthur, and will later dissipate. And let's talk more about that wind shear. Actually, Tropical Storm Arthur will actually emerge and collide with the wind shear as it moves northeastward. You can see the system is going to be colliding with the wind shear, then later dissipates. There you can see it will collide with the wind shear, all this strong level wind shear, and it will actually die off and dissipate from the sea surface temperatures and the wind shear we're seeing today. From next few days, we're watching closely, and here's the vorticity and winds of this one. Here it is. Let me just load it up. You can see cyclone vorticity right here. You can see as it pushes into the off the eastern seaboard, and this is the system we're seeing that later made impacts to the North Carolina coast. As this pushes northeastward, it will later dissipates and actually this forms and will be really poorly organized then. You can see the system remains and it will later dissipate and will be all gone by then. So you can see the system will actually push northeastward away from Bermuda. So we're watching the models from the National Hurricane Center if this will actually shift away from Bermuda, but we can't be sure if this system will hit Bermuda. But we're watching closely, so we will watch if this will make any new impacts to Bermuda or any landfall. We'll be watching closely across the Atlantic Ocean, but you can probably tell what we're seeing there right now. And here's the North Atlantic sea surface temperatures. You can see clearly outlined, digging into warmer waters as this pushes north. As it makes a U-turn, pushes northeastward, it will enter cooler waters, 20 degrees Celsius sea surface temperatures. So it will be entering the cooler waters, and that will not strengthening a bit. Then it will just dissipate soon. So as it enters the cooler waters in the Atlantic, so not too warm as we're watching very closely. In the Indian Ocean, that's a new story as we're tracking a typhoon system. Let's talk more about that real quick. Cyclone Empihan. It's called Empihan. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's called Cyclone Empihan, not typhoon. It's an Empihan. Cyclone Empihan will make landfall to the Indian Ocean. 2020 has been a bad year. This is a Category 5 storm. Typhoon Empihan making landfall in India. So this is going to be really new for everyone as this makes landfall, this makes direct impact, and they are separate from coronavirus, but now they have to separate a new tropical cyclone system, and it's really warm sea surface temperatures that will make sure they'll give a lot of energy, way of energy to get this system strong and big, but we're watching closely. Let me just show you the system real quick. 01B Empian right here. This is a strong storm right here. This is the model showing right here. This is Empian. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong way. But look at this strong system right here. Big system right there. Category 5 system. Strong system here. Here's the JTWC forecast. This will actually be a big system right here. You can just let me just click to enlarge. See, this the path of the system will be a Category 5. Expecting a strong landfall as it makes landfall. Sunfall, not landfall. By the time it makes landfall, expect it will actually probably hit right there. It's going to be strong landfall right there. Expecting really strong landfall with the system from cyclone Empian right here. Strong system Empian. How do you pronounce this? I think I have a system that can Empian. Am I saying it right? I'm just going to use speech because I know
Ampon.
Okay, Ampon. Ampian or Ampon? I'll just say Ampian. 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 I don't because it sounds really differently. But model guidance showing it's just gonna be actually making landfall there, but this is what the model guidance is saying. Strong landfall as it makes landfall will actually head towards this way. So this is the trajectory path. This will actually all the models are showing. On 01B tropical cyclone Ampian will make landfall. By this time will be extra Category 5 devastating flooding in those areas. So that's where we're expecting any Indian Ocean to start off rough for the 2020 Indian cyclone season, but it's going to be starting rough at Category 5. That's the first name storm there too. We do have a slight risk in the Kentucky Ohio region right here. You can see the slight risk there. Isolated severe thunderstorms remain possible this afternoon and evening from the Ohio Valley to the southeast states as well as the northern Rockies and other high plains. Here's the discussion. Tornado risk, we got a 5%. Wind risk, 15%. Hail risk, we do have a 5%. For these areas, but not there, so no hail threat there. We're watching, we do have a slight risk for those regions. As you can see in those areas. For the day 2 outlook, we got a multi-day severe weather outlook threat. We do have another slight risk here in that area, expecting severe thunderstorms capable of producing isolated large hail and strong gusty winds may occur across portions of the north central Montana Tuesday. Other isolated strong to severe thunderstorms may impact parts of the central southern high plains, East Texas into the lower Mississippi Valley, and the southeastward eastern Florida, Pensacola, mainly Tuesday afternoon into the evening. Here you can see, here's the Storm Prediction Center's Day 2 outlook. 5% risk for this area right here in the marginal risk. Wind risk 5% there, and hail risk would be a 15% high threat hail in this area. 5% for those regions. For the day 3 outlook, we do have another slight risk too of severe weather, and this mainly we already know where it will be. It will be here in this area. We already know as we see more severe weather, probably in the northwestward region. Expecting severe thunderstorms are possible late Wednesday afternoon and evening across parts of eastern Montana and Wyoming into the western Dakotas and Nebraska, posing a risk for large hail, strong wind gusts, and a couple of tornadoes. So that's all for the severe weather threat and the severe weather tropics threat and all that stuff for Invader's Weather News Forecast. I'm meteorologist Invader. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and join our Discord server. Links in the description above, and follow us on Twitter at InvaderDiv2RBOX. Thanks for watching, everyone, and this was meteorologist Invader with your Invader's Weather News Forecast for May 18, 2020. Have a great day, and see you guys in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching, everyone. This was me, Arthur Invader, with your Invader's Weather News Forecast for May 18th, 2020. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.